So my name is Helen Noakes from the Yoga Health Mandala, and we're back here on the sunny terrace. That's kind of cloudy a little bit and sunny, a little bit chilly, but we're outside. And I'm here with Nirmala from Soul Teachings. I highly recommend all her videos on YouTube. And if you can drop into any of her Zooms, I definitely recommend it. She's on the road at the moment, so I'm very lucky to have her live in front of me. And we've decided to make a podcast on just making a spontaneous discussion. So in line with, hopefully, with how we share what we love and the playfulness that comes with that. So I thought I would try to bring that into a conversation. So Nirmala, I think what's coming in for me is what I find really powerful in this time in particular is to allow emotions just to run through. So we were discussing, in your community, you practice non-violent communication and you have great meetings with talking sticks and you do incredible workshops together and you meet together and in such a conscious way. And I recognize that's part of my life that has kind of changed because I put myself in a place where that's not so available. So I kind of, when you talk to me of that feeling, I feel this longing to be that. But then there's also a dark side to that where actually, when we talk about so-called spirituality, actually do we walk our talk? I'm talking to myself, not just anybody else. And that's what I kind of really, on a personal level, struggle with. We're not supposed to judge, we're not supposed to have expectations, we're supposed to work with conflict in a really peaceful way. And it's like, well, no, I feel really angry, I feel really compassionate, I want to express that, and how do I do that with safety to my own body and the other person's body in particular in a conflict. So I think we have a lot to share with that because I'm a person that's very vocal and can be very reactive, and learning to let that come and honour that emotion that can be extremely uncomfortable, but also do it in a way that's safe in every sense of the word, and not in this stay safe rubbish that I can't bear, but more like this feeling of healthy safety and boundaries. So I'd like you to respond to that, because I can see you nodding and understanding, because you also mentioned something that I found really useful, is like how to hold that, be a container for that rather than let it spill out, which I do frequently. Because of, I'm not going to blame the menopause, but the menopause has given me such an amazing gift to recognise all the no's that I didn't say. And all the healthy boundaries I didn't make. And so all of that is coming up. So making a container for that. I can hear the kids coming in the background, but let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, as you say, there are different phases also in your life, right? Like it's a process of all learning, all life, every moment is just learning. So for you, it might be at the moment be something else than it is for me at the moment. Like, and I definitely agree that there's really a shadow side to being just walking on this so-called spiritual path and spiritual kind of language using, because there can be so much dishonesty in all of that, and then you might just become also so busy with yourself, and you don't bring your spirituality into life in a really practical life, like supporting your friends or whatever. In the terms of communication, I mean, I'm really impressed by you. How you we did this Zoom thing the other day together, and you were like so honest and so radical, like, hey, that's me and that's my opinion. I was like, wow, she's so strong with that. And then again, well, I think it's like, how do you cultivate peace in yourself, and how do you cultivate peace in your environment? And your way might be, and it might be like, what I hear from you, like so important at the moment, to say really clear no, and to be really direct, and to be in a non-friendly way, because it's not like we have to be friendly all the time, we have to be nice all the time. No, we have to be honest, you know, and honest to our feelings and truth. And then I think for myself, it's really something I'm learning. Like and it's a field of learning. Like you said, like how do you express your emotions without like creating non-peace on a long term? Like, because that's what we all want, you know, we want to get along well with our loved ones, with our neighbors. So what you said, my practice, my spiritual practice brought me to experiencing lots of space in my body and feeling where anger is arising, feeling where the urge of blaming somebody or judging somebody, like I can feel it in my heart or the space behind or in my throat or wherever. And then am I like able to kind of open up to that and let it just rush through, and then this takes a minute and then it's gone, you know? Or am I not? And then I'm reacting, and that's fine. And there might be situations, and there are definitely situations where you have to be reactive and say, hey, no, you know, definitely very clearly. So I don't know, what do you think about it? I mean, I don't think there's a right or a wrong way in that. For me, definitely, I know the side of just wanting to be kind, to have friends, and being afraid of being hurt. And through this saying, yes, a lot of the time. But actually, you know, I really want to say no and be more honest to what I think. Like, especially also with situations going on in the world for the last 2 years, you know, just not hiding my opinion, but being really clear with it and not just hiding it because I might lose friends, for example.
That's really valid, because it's we were talking about on a Zoom about the nervous system and that flight, fight or freeze, and then there was a fawn section, which is a people pleasing. So you know, in your nervous system, you know, if you try to dissociate or disappear from a situation, or want to run away, or want to approach, or want to confront, you know, what do? You know, do you freeze? Do you fight, or do you fly away? And all of that, or do you try and please that person and put aside your own needs? And I think there's that fabulous word discernment, and how to make that discerning direction clear for yourself in a split second, because we are leaning into our nervous system, and our nervous system might respond in a particular way because of whatever's happened to us, or it could be an ancestral pattern. It could be I'm really upset because so-and-so did this to me last week, or I'm still reacting from a place from when I was 5. So, you know, we could be frozen in that time. So really, really important. And we have Nirmala's son here, and he's with our dog, so fabulous. And so I think that this can be an ongoing discussion. And I'm just going to pass you over to Nirmala because she wants to say something.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's very true what you said. Another thing I just like to mention here, because it became such an amazing tool for myself during the last years, and also I'm really putting it into all my classes I teach, like, is to the gift of our breath, of our voice and our body. So what I do also, like, because I am yelling as well, and I am expressing a lot, then I try to find a safe place, and I really let it through with, like, I make animal sounds, I crawl over the earth, like, I go mad with it. But at the end, you know, it's such a release when I'm in my deepest, like, kind of tense or frozen state, and then I remember to move my body in a whatever way, and then I remember to use my voice, you know, then it's such a miracle then happen, and after there's a completely new situation. So it's just something I'd like to share also with everybody who's listening, like, just try it, you know. And yet it can be very subtle, like, can be under the table if you're opposite from somebody, just shaking a bit or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So definitely let the sounds come and be primal. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of that energy. I know there's some great teachers who are teaching sharing a lot of primal movement. And so yeah, go for it. So thank you, Nirmala. As always, I love chatting with you and seeing what comes up. And thank you for listening. Check out Nirmala's contact details at the end of this podcast. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dee.